Hello, amazing, incredible people. Guess what day it is? It's National CBD Day. Who is excited about National CBD Day? Put your hands in the air like you just do care, right? That's kind of a big deal, National CBD Day, right? Like that didn't exist in our marketplace 3 years ago, 4 years ago, 5 years ago. So I wanted to go live today to celebrate a couple things. Obviously, National CBD Day, because wow, we are right in the center of creating a new norm for the health of our country, for the wealth of our country, all things CBD. We love hemp. I always say hemp, hemp, hooray. I have that on my shirt today. So I'm going to show you an overview of the Kannaway opportunity, the products, what makes us different, what actually makes us the very best. I don't like to monkey around with things that are, maybe going to work. I don't like to monkey around with things that, maybe have CBD in them. I literally need to be with the company of first so that everything that I'm doing, everything that I'm part of is really making a massive difference. And so that's just kind of how I roll. Quality means everything to me and my family, because I know a lot of people that don't spend money on their health or their supplements, and as a result, their health is struggling. So for us, we decided a long time ago, I'd rather pay to be well with good nutrition and good supplements rather than trying not to be sick, right? I'd rather pay to be well. So that's part of what this entire journey is about, is just literally starting an opportunity that will change your life with CBD, first and foremost, hopefully for your family's health, and then obviously, hopefully for your family's finances, if that's something that you're interested in. I would encourage you guys to share this with anybody that you love and care about that might be interested in a financial opportunity. I'm going to screen share with you guys so that you can see what I'm looking at, because I want you to know exactly what we have our hands on with Kannaway. It is such a huge, huge opportunity that we have our hands on, and I just want to make sure that all of you are aware of that, because I realized a long time ago, I want to associate myself with people that are wise, that are doing the correct things with their health and their family's health and in leadership. And so that is why I decided to join the Kannaway family about 20 months ago now. But I love it because I love this sentence that says, never doubt a small group of thoughtful, committed citizens that can change the world. Indeed, it's the only thing that ever has. It doesn't take a million people to make a decision. It takes a small group of people that say, you know what, we want change. We want to impact the status quo. I always say the status quo has got to go. We want to take back the power by believing we can and empower other people to do the same. So what I love is that with Kannaway and CBD, it is literally a shifting of history. So for those of you that don't know, cannabis is the name of the group of plants that we're talking about. And a lot of people just think cannabis is marijuana. It'd be like saying that, an orange and a lime are the same thing. Well, obviously they're not. But what happened is in 1937, the government came in and said, hey, you know what? We're going to say that an orange and a lime are the same thing. And now you can't eat either. They're both illegal. And you'd say to yourself, well, an orange and a lime, first of all, aren't the same thing. And secondly, why are they illegal? They're only beneficial for people's health and livelihoods. And so that's exactly what happened with the Marijuana Tax Act in 1937. They came in there, and although hemp and marijuana are drastically different, they basically put them under one roof and said, you know what, we are going to say that these two crops are the same. That's what they did. And we know that hemp is very long and stocky. It's a lot of times grown for its industrial purposes in the United States. It's loaded with cannabinoids, which the majority of them are non-psychoactive. Hemp by law has to have less than 1/3% THC. That's what makes it hemp. And that is what is federally legal in all 50 states in our country. Now, marijuana it also has cannabinoids. It's not going to have as many of the cannabinoid concentration of hemp, but particularly with marijuana, it's grown for the THC or the psychotropic components, right? A lot of people are talking about 20%, 30%, 35% THC in their marijuana crops. So it's really grown with the intention to create those psychotropic effects. Now I'm here to tell you, I'm not an expert on marijuana. Thank God. I am an expert on non-psychoactive CBD from hemp. And since it's National CBD Day, I thought it's really important for you guys to understand the history of hemp. If you never have heard this before, it's time that you learn it. It's time that you know it. Let's see here. Let's see if I can do this from here. So in 2737 BC, who knew this? The Chinese Emperor Shen Hung recorded the first really medicinal use of hemp. Hemp is commonly used for fibers and textiles. Do you guys know that hemp has been in Chinese medicine for centuries? Like, it's crazy. It has been in Chinese medicine for centuries. It's one of the top, really 1,000 healing foods that we should be consuming every single day. And guess what? Because the Marijuana Tax Act took it really out of the food supply, no one could afford to plant it. People have been chronically malnourished for 8 decades. 8 decades. And how you know that we've been malnourished is when people start putting hemp CBD back in their bodies, guess what happens? They start feeling better. I mean, it's almost like their bodies awaken and they start to come alive. In some cases, in my case, it actually helps me to get a more restful night of sleep, which is so huge because for years I had major kicking and I had lots of anxiety going on at night. And so it's really improved my quality of sleep, which for me, it's everything, because if you sleep well, you heal well, my friends, right? So 1850, hemp is grown by most major farms and is a staple agriculture here in the United States of America. It's listed in the U.S. Official Drug Reference Manual. In fact, like companies like Eli Lilly in the early 1900s prescribed about 3 million prescriptions for cannabis. So it was like used everywhere. It wasn't called marijuana. It was actually called cannabis, was the name of the family of plants. Of course, the 1937 Marijuana Tax Act hit. Now, keep in mind, prior to this, hemp is grown by most major farms. I mean, presidents are growing it on their large areas of farmland. They literally use hemp as a form of currency. They would trade it. How crazy is that? So people would pay for things with hemp, and it was grown everywhere. The animals fed on it, our cows, our livestock fed on it. So what happens when your livestock feeds on something, we're eating the livestock. We had plenty of CBD in our bodies, baby, prior to 1937, because we were eating the livestock, which was feeding on the hemp, because that's what they were literally feeding all of these animals. Well, obviously, with the Marijuana Tax Act, the hemp is now, boom, out of the food supply. Animals are no longer being fed hemp. They're feeding on corn, soy, and wheat and garbage. And obviously, we know where that led. Not to a good, healthy situation here in 2019. So I'm so thankful for the restoration of hemp back into our food supply, back into our culture, back into our bodies, because it can literally turn on the lights in the house for some of you watching. So like it says here, 1937, the passage of the Marijuana Tax Act. Whoops, let's go back. Where did that go? The passage of the Marijuana Tax Act, 1937, really ended the role of cannabis as medicine. They quit using it as medicine. They took it out of there. Even though Eli Lilly, like I said, had prescribed over 3 million prescriptions for cannabis in the early 1900s. So following this, cannabis, including hemp, became prohibited through much of the world. And that is where everything shifted. I mean, and I talked about this last week, between 1933 and 1939, what really happened, if you don't know history, I can educate you really quickly. The government started holding hands with our food supply. So food and government started intertwining along with pharma. Those three, food, pharma. So like food, agribusiness, that's our food supply, agribusiness, pharma, and the government all, and that's actually between 1933 and 1939. That's where actually food stamps came into the mix, where they were subsidizing with food stamps, and we know the quality of food sometimes there is not so great. At the end of the day, a lot happened in the 30s. I mean, 1933 to 1939, I mean, there's a reason the 30s many times were called the dirty 30s. I mean, a lot of dirty things took place during that time frame. So fast forward, in 2012, Kannaway and our group of companies became really the first company to launch a commercial CBD product and sell it in the United States. So even though the Marijuana Tax Act was really kind of in existence the whole time, hemp, because our hemp was actually farmed internationally, there was a Ninth Circuit Court ruling that said that if you grew your hemp internationally and brought it into the United States, and it was less than 1/3 of 1%, you were legal. So we have been legal the whole time. Our parent company, Medical Marijuana Incorporated, was the first, like it says here, a long time ago already. Like I said, this didn't start just like in January with the passing of the Farm Bill. Medical Marijuana Incorporated has been in existence for over 10 years. But in 2012 specifically, Kannaway and their group of companies became the first company to really launch a commercial CBD. And we were bringing that hemp, that high quality hemp, because they've been growing it in Europe for centuries. When the United States stopped, they kept growing it over in Europe. And so with that being said, at the end of the day, we are making history right now as we speak with Kannaway. So what is Kannaway? It's a company that manufactures and markets some of the world's most important product innovations. Like, we really are the premier cannabis company. Say that out loud. We are the world premier cannabis company, and that's a big deal. So our goal is not just to sell a bunch of CBD to the world. Our goal is to combine scientific knowledge. We want to be science-based, and that's why Kannaway and Medical Marijuana Incorporated and Canna Life Sciences are currently doing scientific studies, some to be released very quickly here, one on diabetes, one on autism. But our goal is to combine the scientific knowledge with the benefits of nature, really the benefits of what nature can provide with the cannabis family and lots of plant families, but specifically cannabis right now is what we're talking about because it's National CBD Day. So we want to provide the highest quality products that really you're only going to find with that Kannaway label on it. So we are the premier cannabis company. That is our company goal and mission. Our tagline is the natural choice. I love that because there is a lot of imitators in the marketplace. People are getting sick from taking some other CBDs. Dr. Oz just had a big segment on where he said 75% of the CBDs being sold don't even have CBD in the bottle. They're mislabeled. Either they have high THC, no CBD. In some cases, it's literally like vegetable oil and melatonin. And people are buying this for hundreds of dollars. So for me, a pillar of excellence is we have to have the most phenomenal product. And we know that the most phenomenal products start with the most phenomenal fields. Okay, you can't just plant this stuff anywhere and think you're going to have a great harvest, because the truth is hemp is a bioremediator and bioaccumulator, meaning it absorbs toxins from the environment and the ground. So, I mean, you want to have it in these great growing environments, which that is our standard. That is our quality control that we have. So we are definitely about the product, the purpose of impacting and helping people to nourish their endocannabinoid systems with the highest quality CBD products in the world and the people. And I can show you Echo Connection, which will help. So soil to sale promise. The soil to sale promise is that we really want people to know exactly where these products are being grown, the soil that they're being grown in, all the way to the sale. So you know exactly where your products are coming from and when they were harvested, what's in that crop. Show me the triple lab testing. Show me the certificates of analysis. For those of you that don't know what a certificate of analysis is, it's a document that we have on every one of our products. We have a QR code that you can hold your phone over top, and you can actually see. It'll take you right to an exact COA, certificate of analysis, that will tell you where this product was harvested, when it was harvested, exactly the amount of a CBD, THC in the product. In addition to that, it will also tell you things like, is there any heavy metals present, right? So a certificate of analysis, to sum it up, it's a document issued that certifies specific product has undergone specific testing for specified results. So it's like a CBD lab report, to put it plainly. You want a CBD lab report. And many of these fly-by-night companies that are just on the money train are creating product with no certificate of analysis. Where on earth is this CBD coming from, right? So this is the company of first that maybe you haven't ever seen before. I'm excited to share it with you. In 2009, the first publicly traded cannabis company in the United States was Medical Marijuana Incorporated. The ticker symbol is MJNA. That is us, you guys. And guess what? When you're part of the Kannaway culture, you're part of the Kannaway family, and you're building a Kannaway business, you actually can earn stock. At our next rank, we're going to earn 700,000 shares of MJNA. So that's a nice little savings account. Just putting that out there if you guys are interested in not only earning income and free product, but maybe possibly stock incentives. I love that we have that option. 2011, the first really to establish that global CBD pipeline, because they were bringing over that hemp from Europe because it was falling under that Ninth Circuit Court ruling, which made us it's federally legal, really, in all 50 states. And so 2012, we were the first company to launch that commercial CBD product and really sell it across state lines, which had never been done before. We also were the first company to develop strict quality testing. We're triple lab tested. And for us, again, that quality is everything. 2013, we were the first company to license famous National Institute on Health government patent. Maybe you guys have seen this patent. I encourage you to Google it when you get off this. It's patent 507. It's commonly known as that. And patent 507, well, you look at our sister company, which is called Kannaway Sciences, they were actually the first to license that government patent. The government patent is incredible. Go read it. They were giving people 700 milligrams of CBD a day. These were people that had strokes and concussions. And they said, when you read the scientific study, it literally says that cannabidiol has greater anti-inflammatory benefits than vitamin C or vitamin E. That is what the study reads. It's crazy. Go read it. And so we were the first company to license that famous National Institute on Health government patent, patent 507. So they really called cannabinoids as an antioxidants and neuroprotectants. People that had strokes and concussions, when they were taking the 700 milligrams of CBD a day, they had neurogenesis. So regrowing of new brain cells was happening, which they didn't think was possible. So go check out that National Institute of Health patent yourself. You can read all about it. In 2014, we were the first company to introduce legal CBD products to Brazil. So not only are we the US CBD leader, we are a global CBD brand. We are helping to educate and launch CBD internationally. We are educating literally presidents of nations and governmental bodies about why hemp CBD is different from marijuana and why that should be allowed for the human population to really turn on the lights in the house, right? So again, 2014, we were the first direct selling company in the cannabis space with Kannaway. 2015, the first company to legally register a CBD-based nutrition supplement. I mean, so we've been at this a long time. Just because the green rush we think is going on right now, we've been at this a while. I am looking for awesome leadership that want to partner with me to help spread this incredible message. We are so blessed and highly favored. Like it says here, everything we have in mind with Kannaway really has one thing in mind, and that's you and how we can help you. So 2016, we were the first company to bring legal CBD products to Mexico. So not only are we in Brazil, we're in Mexico. We're literally being used in many other countries already. We're being issued by the government for different conditions, and that's our sister company's Hemp Meds. So when you look at Kannaway, we are a part of a portfolio of companies that really all work together to improve mankind. I love that. In 2017, I should say in 2016, we also were the first company to launch a legal CBD drug in Paraguay. So in the country of Paraguay, they are using our sister company, Hemp Meds' products as a pharmaceutical already. How incredible is that? So the quality that you're getting here is really unbelievable. There is nothing else like it in the world. There's nothing else. There's no other companies out there that have this lineup of what I'm telling you. It's really remarkable that we get to be part of this. So in 2017, we were the first company to address the United Nations and the World Health Organization about CBD. That's a big deal. The World Health Organization, they're trying to right now unwind all of this regulation with CBD to get it off the Schedule I drug list. We were the very first company with Hemp Meds to go over there and to literally present in front of the World Health Organization talking about CBD. Nobody else was there presenting. We were, okay? Again, we are literally educating global bodies, world bodies, governmental bodies to help them to understand why CBD is so powerful for mankind. In 2018, we were the first direct sales company to offer CBD products in Europe. So literally available all throughout the entire European Union, launching Japan as we speak. It's like pre-enrollment in Japan. So if you know somebody in the Japanese culture that really wants an opportunity and wants to spread this message, get a hold of me. Kannaway is incredible. So when you're looking at Dr. Stuart Titus, he's a world-renowned cannabis expert. He's been to Bismarck 3 times. He's a dear friend of ours, and he really is the CEO of Kannaway's parent company, Medical Marijuana Incorporated, but he is a global cannabis educator. This guy gets asked to speak every week all around the world at cannabis symposiums talking about quality control. And so when you look at the United States patent, here it is, patent 507. I talked about that earlier. You guys can definitely Google that to understand more. I talked about how in the early, late 1800s, early 1900s, really the U.S. Pharmacopoeia really had cannabis as a legitimate treatment for a lot of conditions. This lasted until 1942. That was 5 years after the Marijuana Tax Act. It completely was written out of our pharmacopoeia, which is crazy because think about how many people can so easily benefit from something so natural. 1940, Dr. Adams really discovered and was starting to study CBD in his laboratory. He actually took out a government patent in 1942. See that, December 8th, 1942, talking about the isolation of cannabidiol there and what its possibilities and potentials were. I mean, you guys, this is not new. This is just new to some of you because you haven't been looking in this direction. And Dr. McCollum, this guy is amazing. He's actually known as the grandfather of cannabis medicine. He's incredible. But in 1964, he was using the nuclear magnetic resonance spectroscopy, and he actually isolated THC. They were trying to figure out what THC did on the body, what it was doing internally to people. And he really, this guy, he kind of was like kind of the guy who initially kind of moved the message of like, there are some healing benefits to all of cannabis, and particularly in THC in a lot of cases. And so when you're looking at this, he, like it says right there, further, Dr. Adams applied it for a patent on CBD isolation. So these guys together, between Dr. Adams and Dr. McCollum, these guys are like pioneers in cannabis medicine. So if you don't know what cannabinoids are, they're special compounds found in the cannabis plant family. So remember, there's cannabis and there's hemp and marijuana. Get that straight, okay? There's other 400 other compounds. I mean, we're talking chlorophyll, terpenoids. When we take the premium full spectrum oral applicator, I love it. It is like the closest thing to raw juiced CBD that you're going to get in hemp. I mean, it is earthy. It is rich in that hemp flavor, those terpenes. You can smell it. It tastes intense. And that is, I believe, with that chlorophyll, that deep, rich, dark green, almost black color, it is so rich in nutrients for our bodies. And again, you know, people say, what's it going to do for me? Well, it's going to restore homeostasis. What's homeostasis? Health, optimal health. Feeling like amazing every day, feeling like your body is in balance. That is what homeostasis is. Look around. Nobody's in it, guys. So terpenoids, one of these cannabinoids like compound called beta-carotene, that's a big deal, is really they find that it's behaving like a cannabinoid in the body, even though it's a terpenoid, it's a terpene, it's like a scent thing. It can be found also in like hops, rosemary, oregano, basil, lavender, cinnamon, and so much more. So we're just getting to know all this plant family. But Dr. Stuart Titus, love this guy. Why CBD? Here's why. Our bodies have an entire regulatory system called the endocannabinoid system. In fact, this endocannabinoid system is the largest self-regulating system within our bodies. The ECS uses cannabinoids, so these cannabinoids that we're taking in from phytocannabinoids like Kannaway's products, to transmit certain signals and regulate homeostasis within us. I literally think of it like a match that's lit, and here's an unlit match, and they come together and it lights up. I literally think about them as receptors receiving the messages finally. They haven't been talking to one another. It's like a long lost friend. You haven't seen each other for 60 years, and all of a sudden, boom, you're seeing each other. Woo, you're having fun and partying, right? So the truth is, it's like a long lost friend, and many of us have never, I mean, I'm 42, I probably have never been nourished appropriately in cannabinoids since my birth. We're born with natural cannabinoids in our body, but they naturally degrade. And so if you're not doing something, and plus the stress response in our bodies degrade them faster, chemicals that we have in our food supply and our environments are breaking them down. Even in our water supply are breaking down that endogenous system. So if we are not supplementing with some type of phytocannabinoid supplement, most likely you're malnourished. And how do you know? How do you feel? How do you sleep? How's your appetite? How's your mood? How's your hormonal balance? And if you're saying, geez, Renita, all those things are out of control. You know, I'm fat, I'm lethargic, I don't sleep well, I have high blood pressure, high this, high that. That is an indicator to me that you are not in homeostasis, and we need to get back to balance. And so that CBD, it's not that it cures everything. Again, like he says in there, it really, these cannabinoids help to transmit certain signals so the body starts talking and efficiently producing the reactions that we're looking for. So the ECS in the last decade, the endocannabinoid system has been implicated in increasing number of physiological functions, both in the central and peripheral nervous system. In fact, in some studies, I've read up to 800 different physiological functioning and actions take place because of the endocannabinoid system and CBD. 800 different reactions. So I'm not sure what it's going to do for you, but I know it's going to restore homeostasis. The ECS literally means the cannabinoid system inside the body. Okay, so remember, that's what the CBD oil is going to do. It's going to help to kind of those functioning of those nerve cells to be able to talk better and communicate better to help restore homeostasis. So CB1 receptors are found in the brain and throughout the central nervous system in all mammals, including your dogs. And CB2 receptors are going to be found really in the gut. The gut lining is full of them throughout the body, your bones. It also is in your tonsils. You have CB2 receptors in your spleen, but it's a big immune system helper is what it is, those CB2 receptors. So when you look at Kannaway, we actually chose from over 3,000 different cultivators and cultivars to find one that would just be the best, the actual optimal ratio of CBD in it. And that's what led us to the European farms. So we have 3 key ingredients that a lot of other companies don't even know about because a lot of them are making synthetic CBD and all kinds of stuff. But when you look at this, we are like literally still the only company that has the green oil, the blue oil, and the gold oil. So the green is the oil, it's raw CBD with all that plant material. The blue oil, it's a favorite, and it has more than 100 different cannabinoids, terpenes, and flavonoids the body needs. And of course, the gold oil is going to be something like our gold oil applicator, and it goes through a state-of-the-art refining, like filtration process, but it's still loaded with CBD in it. So if you're looking for that highest concentration of CBD, it's a very light gold colored. It's easy to the palate. It doesn't taste very hempy. And so, like it says here, the green hemp oil is the thick and tarry paste. It's the rawest form. I love this form because I need the rawest form because for me, it just really helps my body to be that warm blanket over my nervous system. The green oil is very strong. I should tell you this. It has that very natural, hempy, earthy flavor. The lack of processing of this makes it a great source of CBDA. And what I found out from Dr. Titus, that for someone like me that has ADHD, CBDA is very good for my nervous system because it almost acts like THC in my body. And so I found that out from using it, and that's why I get that, and also our middle son Truett gets that, and we've seen great results. He had a lot of nervous system issues like tics, facial tics, things like that, sometimes thousands a day. So we have seen incredible results with so much nervous system issues in our family. So we're so grateful. So the blue hemp oil, the next stage of hemp oil was created like with they call it the blue hemp oil. And so the end result is really, it's an improved taste. It's not quite as hempy flavored. It's not quite so, like I should say, so like bitter tasting for some people. And so what I love about this, we are one of the only companies in the world that are still talking in this terms of green, blue, and gold. And so if you're searching for a way to remove some of the plant material, but still have that highest CBD concentration, that would be our gold oil applicator. And again, this is very easy on the palate. It's not hard to consume. It doesn't taste bad. For people that are looking for taste. In addition to that, remember that when you consume a full spectrum product, any one of our full spectrum products, you're going to create this entourage effect, which really is like just a very synergistic effect that the body's having. So you can have like all of the best results from every one of those cannabinoids present. So we are the real McCoy. Kannaway is the only direct selling company to source and use the green, blue, gold forms of hemp-based CBD. Did you hear that? We are the only direct selling company to do that. All other CBD competitors today, they sell a CBD distillate or isolated forms of CBD. In fact, we had a guy to come over and give us an estimate for our roof, and he sold some CBD, and he says, oh, mine is so cheap, I get it the cheapest. And he seemed like a nice guy. And Scott and I were trying to explain to him the quality difference about, if you can buy CBD and isolate from a third party and get it, and who knows what you're really getting, you know what I mean? But that's what's existing in the marketplace. A lot of these CBD competitors are just buying from an outside source. They don't even know where it's harvested. They don't know exactly what's in it. They don't know the COAs, and they're selling it. And it's scary because I'm like, what's in it? And they really don't know. And so the clinical research shows better effectiveness really with botanical CBD. many times better than the pharmaceutically developed versions. In fact, with our company, Medical Marijuana Incorporated and Real Scientific Hemp Oil, they actually did a side-by-side with Sativex or Epidiolex, which is used for the treatment of Epidiolex is used with the treatment of like epileptic seizures. And I mean, it was incredible when you saw the side-by-side study that was done, when you saw the botanical natural state and how much good it was producing with next to no side effects versus the pharmaceutical blend, which had side effects, right? And so Echo Connection is huge. I'm going to show you that in a second. It's a nonprofit, and really what I love about it is it's a great educational resource for you to educate yourself on cannabis, all things cannabis. So Kannaway has actually given $1 million worth of free product away to families in need because of Echo Connection. I love it. So I'll get to that in just one second. And these are families that really had not a huge quality of life outside of CBD. So I encourage you to go watch the documentary Illegal. It talks about the Fisher family who are now part of the Echo Connection family, and how the mom literally was giving her daughter CBD, and it was helping with various things in this child's nervous system. And at the end of the day, she was going to get arrested because what she was doing and what she was giving her daughter, they said, was illegal. So this mother, Catiel Fisher, basically sued the Brazilian government and won. And that was all part of Medical Marijuana Incorporated and our, so our parent company, and Echo has been part of that. So you got to go watch the documentary on Netflix. It's called Illegal, and it talks about how this mother fought the law and she won. And now every single child in Brazil, actually, it's government subsidized to receive products from our sister company. So it's very exciting times, right? So I love Andrea Barnes. She's on here. Echo believes that everyone has the right to access the beneficial properties of cannabinoids and strives to ease the burden on families of children with disabilities and special needs. The first Echo Connection family just got chosen in North Dakota. His name is Jacob. He has osteosarcoma. Young man, diagnosed at 16, had his leg amputated because of a tumor and infections and whatnot, and still had some hot spots in his body. Took all the documentation, his mother did, and a good friend of his, Linda, to the Mayo Clinic, and they said, absolutely, we want your son on these products. And so he is a recipient of Echo Connection and receives free CBD. 3 huge oral applicators a month of free CBD is being administered to Jacob right now. So what I love about Echo is no other company has an Echo Connection. We do. So it's a large online document resource library where you can look up stuff. I'll show you that in a second. Plus it gives to families in need. And like here it says 855,000, but now they said it's approximately $1 million has been given because of Kannaway. And of course we're educated over 964,000, which is well over 1 million people right now on cannabinoids and the many benefits of CBD. So I love Echo Connection. Watch this short video. Love it. I love it. So if you have not went to echoconnection.org, please go there now. You can click on education, and under the drop down, you will see thousands of scientific studies on cannabis in various conditions. And these are medically documented studies, you guys. So some of them are done from the National Institute on Health. Many have been done internationally because our hands have been tied in the United States with cannabis. Go educate yourself. And better yet, donate 5, 10, 20 bucks. You don't know how you're going to help one of these families in need. And a real easy way to do it is you could just go over here to the search bar and type in the word pain or whatever, migraines or whatever you have, to educate yourself on some of the benefits and some of the science that's been done already with cannabis. It's so exciting. And so soil to sale, that's what we're all about. So the soil, the process of how we harvest, the safety with our triple lab testing, and then of course doing things like I'm doing today to educate you on World CBD Day about the importance of CBD and how it can help your family. And so when you look at us, we really are proud of what we do. And the reason we are is because we're educating the world. So the triple lab testing that we have, first we're tested during the growing season over there at these fields to test for the heavy metals and different contaminants that might be in the air or the soil. Secondly, after the hemp oil is extracted, a sample batch from each, really each batch is taken then to that third-party testing laboratory. So it's not just another lab, it's a third-party testing laboratory, and they test for yeast, E. coli, salmonella, mycotoxins, all those different things. And then third, after the product is finally made in the United States, then it's batch tested to make sure that what we say is in the bottle is actually on the label. That's very important because in the marketplace, like Dr. Oz said, 75% of those products that are being sold right now don't even have the level of CBD, sometimes zero CBD compared to the label. So we're really, just really, our quality matters because we're telling everyone. I mean, this is our quality control. Like, we are telling everybody we're changing minds, and not just minds, we're changing laws. Not only in the United States, but around the world. So we're very proud of that, you guys. We actually received the U.S. Hemp Certified Seal of Approval, which is incredible. We were one of the few companies to get that. I love that. I should also tell you that we're the only company currently that's in the PDR. The PDR is going to be the Physician's Digital Reference, and we are the only hemp CBD company in the PDR. So guess what? Your doctor could even look us up. That's very exciting. And so again, we have those full spectrum products. We have the oral applicators, the oil, and the capsules. That is a full spectrum. So remember, you're always going to have that less than 1/3 of 1% THC, but there is going to be THC in those products. Broad spectrum is like all of the cannabinoids. They just remove the THC. So it's a nice choice for people. Some of the international markets like Mexico and Europe, they don't want the THC. So this has been a great product for those international markets. And then of course, that product right there is the one that is in the PDR, the Physician's Digital Reference. So again, your doctor can look us up. Your doctor can't look up any other CBD company. Okay, a botanical CBD. They can look up Epidiolex and Sativex because those are drugs. Those are pharmaceuticals. We're not a pharmaceutical. We're a botanical CBD that people are taking to restore homeostasis in their body. That's what we do, okay? And then, of course, we have the pure CBD, which is straight cannabidiol for those that are drug tested. So if you know somebody in the military, if you know somebody in aviation, or if you know somebody that works at a power plant or the railroad, the pure CBD is really the one that you'd want to get that person on because there is no other terpenoids, no other flavonoids, there's no other nothing. It's just straight CBD. So it's really awesome. And like it says right there, we were the first cannabis-based product really for use under the World Anti-Doping Association standards. We had a great webinar last night with Dr. Janelle Kim. She actually was the formulator for many of the Ritz-Carlton's skincare products in their spas. She is an expert in Chinese medicine, incredible woman, but she loves CBD and babong together. So babong is Chinese medicine. It's a different variety of Korean ginseng and astragalus root and these incredible healing herbs. But that combination with CBD is really beneficial for energy levels, vitality, mental clarity. It's very detoxifying. So there's an AM and a PM. And I just dare you to try to count to 30. Like I said, the reason I don't meditate at night is because I sleep when I go to bed because I take the PM. So babong is also in all of our line of products. I love the salve. There's literally a container of salve next to every one of my kids' beds. How crazy is that? That's how much we love the salve. We put it on everything from mosquito bites to dry skin to eczema to pimples to you name it. We put it on everything. It's incredible. Or just when the boys have had a hard workout and have that achy, joint joints or pain, boom, throw that on. It's really incredible, that product. It's a topical. It's not going to last forever, that pain relief. But guess what? It just offers a little relief. And I love that it's enough for sometimes for you just not to lay in bed and think about, oh, my knee hurts, my back hurts, my finger hurts, or whatever. So I love the salve. We love it. We use it every single day. And I also love these products. I use the Super Greens and the Power Protein every single day. These have no CBD in them. Neither of these have any CBD in them. They are food-based products, but we also have food products like the gum, the coffee, and the tea that do have CBD in them, 10 milligrams each per serving. They are awesome. You know, this hemp CBD gum would be a really great thing to send with your kid to school when they're about to take a test, when they're stressed out about something going on at school, to throw that hemp CBD gum in your mouth. It's very discreet. No one's going to question it. And literally, I feel like it just helps people to take the edge off. You know what I mean? So it's an awesome addition to our products. And of course, we have all of the amazing products for our pets because we love our pets. So there's a cat chew, there's the Dante's oil, and there's also the Dante's chew that have 4 milligrams of CBD per chew. And then our hemp-based clothing, all things hemp, baby. You know, I see so many people doing these various network marketing companies with cotton. And I'm like, there are landfills full of cotton. Landfills full of cotton, not just plastic water bottles, clothes. We need to wear hemp. I'm convinced of it. I'm convinced that we all need to be wearing a lot more hemp. Heck with the cotton, heck with all of these clothes that women continue to buy. I'm like, we need hemp-based products. In fact, I wish I could just throw out everything in my closet, or give it away, I should say, repurpose it, and just wear hemp. Because first of all, it's better for me, because the pH is higher. It's better for the environment because of how it's raised and ground. And it's so durable, it can last forever. On the body, it is so soft. I love my hemp shirts that I have. They're incredible. So Hempies was the first hemp-based clothing, and they're a part of us. And then the Cannabis beautiful Cannabis Beauty Define line. Look at this. Super natural. And again, last night, Dr. Janelle Kim did a great webinar. If you guys are interested, let me know, talking about the dragon's blood, the rose hips, the Saurococcus, astragalus root, all of these amazing, incredible, natural, healing Chinese herbs that help our skin to look better, feel younger, just really amazing. So the hemp gum is incredible, 10 milligrams of CBD per serving, straight cannabidiol. It's great to have in your purse, in your middle compartment of your car, in your gym bag. I love it. And then, of course, the French roast coffee and the red rubio herbal tea, both 10 milligrams of CBD, both to those. And it's incredible because it took them a year to create these products, because most coffee CBD, there's no CBD left in it after it's heated over 130. So these guys had to work extra hard. Our scientists and the people who develop our products had to work extra hard for a year straight to make sure that if we say there's 10 milligrams of CBD, even after you've got your product sitting in your glass, there's still 10 milligrams of CBD. And I guarantee if you buy just other products in the marketplace and go get them tested, there's no CBD in them. So we are a quality that our integrity, the quality control within our products matter. Okay, so the people of Kannaway is really awesome. We just are just super respected in the Kannaway space and the cannabis space, because we were the very first direct selling cannabis company. So we kind of forged the trail and triple lab tested before anybody else did, and put those quality controls into place. So I love it. We won the Gold Stevie Award for 2019, which is a big deal in American Business Awards. And so when you look at us, our company just continues to do great things. We have the brand new Smart Chip Reward. So if you're on 110 PV for 3 months straight for your Smart Chip, you then receive free shipping on your Smart Chip orders, plus other great promotions. Japan is launching right now, you guys. So if you know somebody that's Japanese or has friends in Japan, get on board. It's a huge timing opportunity. Some of this stuff, when you look at this, there's just different ranks in the Kannaway lineup where you receive different things. So I love ranks and recognition. I love rewards. I love that they give away Kannaway stock. But when you look at it, your first goal is really to enroll as a brand ambassador. Then director is your next rank with 600 volume going through your business, and then senior director with 3,000. And really the focus is on getting started quickly and correctly. It's not, you don't have to know it all to begin, but to eventually know it all, you have to begin, right? And so, so start is what I'm telling you. It's a good time because there's great things going on right now with Kannaway and from a business standpoint to build a business. So the regional director is where you actually win a free trip. This year it's to Costa Rica. They give you a great cash bonus, $5,000, $10,000 if you hit it quickly. So when you look at it, it's a really amazing compensation plan, very lucrative for those of you that are looking to build a side hustle or a side business. So ask yourself if a monthly income guarantee of $500 would make a difference in your life. That's $6,000 a year, you guys. You know, I don't know, maybe you're getting a $6,000 raise every year. Most people aren't. So an extra $500 a month would be an awesome way to supplement your income, whether it's, you know, helping to make the family house payment or a car payment for your kid or whatever. You know, $6,000 in a year goes a long way. Area director, ask yourself what an extra $2,500 a month could earn and could get you. I mean, I look at our team and we have anywhere between 15 and 20 people right now that have qualified for this rank. 15 to 20 people making an additional $2,500 a month. So with that being said, that's an extra 30 grand a year. What a great side business to be involved in. And that can happen fairly quickly. We have people getting involved that hit this literally their second month. So it's so much fun to see the difference financially that it's helping with families. And so Costa Rica, we're heading down to Costa Rica. We're going to have a lot of fun at that event. I can't wait. And so what now? Why are you here? I mean, we're all witnessing the end of the prohibition of cannabis, right? This industry will have ramifications for decades to come. We are literally at a paradigm pivotal shifting in history in this moment. Happy National CBD Day. Woo! It will be one of the most important industries of our lifetime for sure. Imagine being part of the end of the prohibition of alcohol, right? That happened back in the 30s. Well, here we are. It's the end of the prohibition of cannabis, and you and I are part of that. We can make a difference with people's health. We can make a difference in our finances and the finances of people we love and care about. But hundreds of millions of people will be helped from this. This is one of the greatest wealth creation vehicles today. Hemp for humanity, which is what they're calling it over in Europe, is a basic human right. So, you know, what's happening right now in the marketplace, there is this huge shift toward natural choices. Have you noticed that? There's an awareness because of the web about, oh my gosh, I shouldn't be having high fructose corn syrup. I shouldn't be having red 40. Oh my gosh, I should be eating organic grass-fed beef. Like, people are coming into the light. Thank God, because I've been talking about this for 15 years. And I'm like, yes, the scales are being lifted and people are coming into the light. But also what's happening is a generational wealth creation. There is a shifting, moving from big pharma, big business, to the people like you and me who are taking back our power by believing we can and creating 6 figures within 6 months, which is exactly what I do with Kannaway. And so this is generational wealth creation is what this is. For my generation, for Bo's generation, and for generations to come. So it's a massive societal change. And when that happens, you want to get moving. You don't want to sit back and say, what just happened? You want to be part of the happening, right? So it's very much a profitable, purpose-driven pursuit. And I love that verbiage. It's a profitable, purpose-driven pursuit. So what now? This is the natural choice. You can either be a customer or a brand ambassador. Talk to the person who invited you on this webinar, and they will help you get started. And wouldn't it be great to say, I launched my legal cannabis business on National CBD Day. Woo! You're going to remember that one, right? It's a great day to get involved with the CBD space. If you want to be a brand ambassador, that's $54.98. And then you want to get started with the appropriate package that will help you to launch your business effectively so that you can shoot for that 6 figures. As a customer, there's a variety of products for you to choose from. I will tell you the value packs will save you the most money and are the best deal, okay? You can just be a customer if you choose to be. We have some events coming up here in New York and New Jersey, Saturday, September 21st. Very excited about that. If you're in that area, you're going to want to go to those. Anaheim, California is where I'm going to be on October 26th, baby. You'll find me down there. I love it. All things Kannaway, all things hemp and cannabis. So launching lots of new promotions and products at that event. Hopefully, if you like to travel, you'll love this. If you like to travel and you've not traveled enough, prepare to have a lot more fun in your life because we get to travel all the time because of Kannaway. So that's really it. I could show you one more thing just so you can see this great video, and then we're going to sign off for the day. cannabis company, jump on board. Talk to invited you on this Facebook Live, on this webinar. They will help you to launch your legal CBD business on National CBD Day. Adios. Make it a great life. Take care. Peace out.